We're back. We're back. Yeah. So people, hey, everything's true, everything's accurate. And yeah, I mean, what else can you do? What else can you do? But when these types of things happen to you, what else can you do? It's kind of like, what do you have to lose? You don't have shit to lose because, you know, I mean, what do you do when somebody literally revokes your right to bring a court case and you've been harmed and you never even got your security deposit back either when Michael Casone and Rob Ravach of All County Neo sat up there at Franklin County Municipal Court in the court hearing for the court hearing for 21CV020711 Franklin County Municipal Court. They sat up there and they looked at Judge James Green right in his face and said, no, they didn't have, no type of case or nothing like that. So at that point, they should have given back the deposit. They never gave back the deposit despite all the different outreaches and things like that. And so at the point that there would have actually been a court case that was actually litigated and heard, they would have owed 3 times that amount there. But Karen Phipps didn't allow that to even happen, just at very minimum to get back 3 times the damn deposit. That, I mean, they basically stole it. And then also, what Karen Phipps did have the awareness of as well, and any reasonable-minded person can think through it now that you have a tidbit of information into all the underlying events and circumstances, right? So it's bad blood between the tenants and Michael Casone and All County Neo Rob Ravach and Krishna Quadatata, right? So can you imagine that there was already outreaches and things like that by several other entities while this whole stuff was going on to Krishna Quadatata, to Michael Casone, to All County Neo and all that, when the tenants were actually trying to avoid a homeless situation. People who were outreaching them, they wouldn't respond. They won't respond, they'll just ignore. So Impact Community Action was actually outreaching. Columbus Urban League was actually outreaching. Columbus Mediation had actually outreached. Legal Aid had actually tried to intervene. And as well, they did give free consultation to the plaintiff, but they said they were to the plaintiff for 22CV3620, but they were unable to take that type of a case, very complex case. They don't have the resources for, but their resources are for people who are in like current eviction status or whatever, can't pay their rent. They try to help them like that, right? So this particular plaintiff couldn't afford an attorney nor get an attorney or nothing like that. So it had to go pro se. But Karen Phipps did what she did, and she did it deliberately, and she did it on purpose. And so we're still waiting on her to be a suspect on the news media. We're waiting for her picture to be plastered. We're looking for somebody at the news media like Channel 4 did the other day on a suspect. They took like a fucking highlighter or something. They circled the suspect and they blew it up a fucking couple times. We looking for her face to be on there blown up a couple times, a circle with the highlighter. We need to find her. She's on the loose. She needs to be captured. She needs to be in jail. Awaiting her trial and stuff like that to defend against deprivation of rights. Well, I mean, what's the holdup? She's been turned in. Department of Justice, they have the information. She committed a crime. Okay, so also we're waiting on Richard Diageo and Alex Frondor. We're waiting to see their pictures. Wait, that's just like how they would do you if you stole some money and shit like that. You deprive somebody of their rights and liberty, and you cause these harms and all this type of stuff and all that. They would put your shit on there. Ain't nobody above the law. We want to see your face. Get them, get the pictures and get up there. Okay, so Richard Diageo is a New Jersey lawyer. Alex Frondor, Ohio lawyer. Okay. We need to get the pictures up here as the suspects in the theft of somebody's property of $15,028. All right. Time to go to jail, just like anybody else would. We need to see Judge Karen Phipps' picture. You get the picture on up here, deprivation of rights at 22 CB 3620. Get the picture up here. Let's go. Suspect. I want to see you on Columbus Police Department page. Like I just seen all these other damn suspects up there today. That's stealing. Somebody was over there, robbed somebody in the damn wheelchair. That's a disabled man. That's a disabled man. And they gonna tell him he gonna kill him and shit like that. You get ready to see Wendy Williams, Chief Operating Officer of Southeast Mental Health, and Dr. Abu Hassan up on the Columbus Police Department suspects pretty soon, right? Because that's basically what they did, what they're trying to do. They're trying to rob a disabled man, mentally disabled, vulnerable, disabled man, of access to health care and his rights and things like that. And they know if they abruptly stop his medication, don't call it in and shit like that, that he's gonna have convulsions. Yeah, uncontrollably, and he's gonna be injured, he's probably gonna die. They know that, so they're gonna be on there for killing him, murder. Yes, they are. Wendy Williams has a million emails saying, hey, he's still a patient, they need to give him an appointment, stuff like that. No, she said, no, you need to follow up with the referral to such and such. She's the one who put it in the letter that he's still a patient there to July 26th. Why can't he get an appointment? Where's the medication? Y'all don't want him to be an appointment to put the fucking medications and shit like that in. Okay. The Ohio Medical Board got the information about Dr. Abu Hassan. They've been getting it all along. Okay. So the years down the line, when these people do something bad to somebody lose their life behind it, don't say that somebody didn't already warn you and tell your ass. Okay. Dr. Abu Hassan getting ready to call in prescriptions for somebody that they ain't been on in several damn months, and the shit was causing them seizures and causing them to just pass out the blue and bust their damn head and have concussions and staples and stuff in their head. And he's still talking about I can call in 5 to 10, and then when you bring it to their attention, like, oh, what I meant was Zyprexa. How you go from Abilify to Zyprexa? Motherfucker, get out my face. Okay, what it is. Most of those vulnerable population of people down there, they don't have a nurse, okay, as your advocate. That's an actual expert in a lot of different areas. And I ain't patting myself on the back. This is facts. This is just true. It's true. It really is. Yeah. So, like I said, I'm actually an asset. But I don't have to go out here broadcasting to people every fucking iron in the fire that I have, because that's not what the objective is. And most of the time, I'm just there to do the little stupid job, dumb shit, and get paid the nickel and dime for the stupid job shit that you have. All right, you're not paying shit because I'm there to get in a role to help a patient, to get closer to the patient that needs the help. So I'm only going to work at your bullshit because it's like case management, and I can really talk to people and do assessments and find out where the issue lies. And the issue lies with unmet social determinants. That's the whole fucking missing link in healthcare, point blank, period. And until you meet the unmet social determinant of a person, of a patient, you're never going to optimize healthcare. You're never going to do it until you meet that underlying social determinant that remains unmet for that patient. You will never optimize their patient outcomes. All right. So people are just spewing things out of their mouth, talking out the side of their motherfucking neck and shit like that, and just saying words and throwing shit out there to you that they know you want to hear. Like, yes, and the population of people, to the health disparities, we're noticing that all the unmet social determinants of when they're in the urbanized area and they're under the 175 and 200% poverty level. Is that what we have to do is, well, if you know what the fuck you're supposed to be doing, why ain't you doing it? Ain't nobody got no real plans in place. And these so-called resources, Southeast Mental fucking Health down there, they print off something called a damn street card. They print it off and had the 2 damn digits on the end of the last 2 digits of the phone numbers cut off and shit like that. All of them do that shit. Another one prints off a housing list for people to go looking for housing or calling to find somebody that might have a place where they get assistance. The numbers is cut off on the end. You can't even figure, you gotta keep trying to figure out the combinations of the numbers and all that. You know, it's a bunch of bullshit out here. What's the name? Ohio Department of Job and Family Services, the daggone line that you call for the food stamps and all that type of shit like that. They send you out an interview letter after the fucking interview. So you go online to schedule the appointment, but they send you a letter what this tells you your interview date, but the actual interview date is the day or two after you get the letter. So then they make you deliberately miss it. So then they can send you you missed your interview letter like that when it's really deliberate. That's the type of shit that they out here doing to these people in these vulnerable populations. And the people are suffering because the people don't have the wherewithal, they don't have the education, they don't have the knowledge. You see what I'm saying? But I get out here and I do shit just to kind of see how shit works and things like that too. But I've often had to participate in some of these damn assistive programs and stuff like that because of the bullshit that people keep on fucking doing. All right. And it's okay. It's okay. Because I know how to address it and I know how to handle it. That's okay. Help is on the way. Like I said, I'm going to start my own community stuff and really be out here advocating and everything like that. All right. I can bring the awareness. Yeah. And I can help people get in better position to educate themselves to self-manage. All right. And truly link individuals with true resources. Really having people come in and sit down and talk about what their preferences are on a bag of food that you're getting ready to give them, giving them whole meals that they can cook, really individualizing what type of meal plan you have for them based on what their medical condition might be, based on what their religious preferences might be, based on just what their preferences are, point blank period. Some people plant-based, some people vegans, some people don't eat no meat, point blank period. Some people, you just can't just bag up a bag of pig ears and pigtails and oxtails and bacon and pork sausage and just throw in somebody's bag just because you believe that they're hungry. They're going to go ahead and eat it anyway. You're going to make people sick like that. Most of us don't eat that shit. But that's what shit that y'all do. Giving people like 20 million boxes of raisins and shit. What they do too, they sit up here and give homeless people a whole bunch of canned fucking goods to carry and lug around while they walking around on the street and shit like that. Like they just got a can of like, These people are so stupid and dumb. They don't give anybody any type of recipe ideas for people that might not know how to cook. Okay. They don't ask no questions like, are you able to prepare your own meals at home? Or do you need any type of help? Okay, go ahead.
I was gonna take mine, but
okay, that's okay. Go ahead. Do you think they're really sitting down saying, do you need any assistance with like preparing your meals? Do you think that we might be able to put a referral in for you and try to get something? Maybe we could call your doctor's office and see about getting an order for home care or have like an aide or something come in, a personal assistant to help you cook meals. Do you have transportation or a way to get to the grocery store? Okay, well, when you go to the grocery store, I know they're heavy and stuff. I see you got some mobility issues and strength and things like that going on. Is somebody able to help you bring those items in and put them away where you like them? Can somebody help you do a load of laundry? Can somebody come and vac in before? Can somebody load the dishwasher and sit there and wait until it gets done? Put it away. Maybe do some meal prepping for you so it makes it a little easier for you. And I had somebody tell me that all they wish somebody would do is come over and run the vacuum because the lady she had macular degeneration and she was going blind. She didn't have nobody. She just wished somebody would come up and run the vacuum for her so she didn't have to feel the crumbs underneath her poor little feet. Now, when I'm telling you that people don't give a shit about what people are really going through, especially your senior population, what people really going through out here, and that's the unmet social damn determinant, they don't care, okay? I had another lady sit up here and tell me she used to let the boy who walks up and down the street everybody talks about, he might be a robber. Yeah, he always asking her for one of her little cigarettes. She lived by herself. She's an old lady. She said, it's the only way I can get my trash taken down. He keeps begging for my cigarettes. And I tell him, okay, I'll give him a cigarette if you take my trash down. That's the only way I get my trash down. And all the people in the neighborhood, they all say, don't do that. This is say her name's Betty. Don't do that, Betty. He's gonna notice that you live by yourself. He's gonna do something to you, Betty. He ain't got nobody to go down there and help her take her trash when she was down. All right. She does now because she got linkage and contacted me. All right. She was a very, very sweet lady. And actually what she did was, she was so funny. She said she told the dude one time, because she didn't want to hear the thing, she lived there by herself and she didn't have no guns. And she don't bet no more had no guns. But he didn't know. And she said, he came in there one time, take her trash out. She gave him a cigarette. And she was like, yeah, well, guess I'm just going up here. Oh, I got so many guns I got to clean. You know, she said, hey, well, that's what I told him. She said, and then and I want him to think I got the guns and everything. She was laughing. We was just laughing all the time. I was like, no, you didn't. That's so funny. Mm-mm. But ultimately, and this might be a trick for you or a tip for you as well. Ultimately, in her particular situation, the resource that she was able to get, actually, there is a program through the Columbus city where you can give them a call. You can let them know that you have mobility issue or something like that. So hopefully, this might be helpful for you. So I'm going to close this video out. You can call them if you got mobility issues. It's hard for you to get your trash down and back up and stuff like that. There's a form that you'll have to complete. I think you have to have your provider fill out something, perhaps, and you turn that back in, and the guys who come around or whatever and to do the trash, they'll ensure that your trash can gets down and back up. All right, so there's a tip for it. I'm going to close it out. We'll be back with some more news, tips, and things like that, and exposing the wrongdoers and everything like that. Don't fret. Have a good night.